live?
I'm live.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Yoga with Jenna and our very first live stream class. So, we are looking forward to doing this every week as a way to be a little bit more interactive and just have a kind of different offering on my channel. So, once a week, we'll be going live. And so, for tonight's practice, we're going to be doing some real gentle stretches. You probably want 2 yoga blocks as well as a yoga strap. We'll focus on the lower body, wherever you are. Um, I don't know what time it is, but here it's evening time. We just finished dinner, so I'm not looking for some very heavy flow. I'm just looking for some kind of relaxing ways to end the night before going to bed. So let's go ahead and get started seated, and we'll just take a couple of breaths to arrive into our bodies and onto our mats. If you would like to sit up in a chair or onto a block, feel free to make your seat comfortable to just arrive. And I'm going to sit on my shins today using the block like a little bench. Let your hands rest on your legs. Close your eyes and just unclench your jaw and give your shoulders a roll up towards your ears, back and down. And do that 2 more times. We'll link it with the breath. So as you roll the shoulders up, breathe in. And as you exhale, roll them back and down. 1 more time. Breathe in. Nice slow breath in. And a slow breath out as you roll the shoulders back and down. And then tip your right ear over towards your shoulder. Take a breath there. And then tip your chin down. Take your opposite ear over and take a breath there. And then take a couple of times side to side with your head. If it feels comfortable, you could try doing a full circle of the neck in one direction, but if you feel any pain, just stay with the semicircle tonight. What a great way to end your night. I know sometimes I get into the habit of just falling asleep on the couch at night, and although it might feel nice in the moment, I always feel better the next day if I do something for my body before going to bed. Let's take your right arm across your body. Hold your forearm with your left hand. Give it a just gentle tug in toward your chest, stretching out your back. And then we'll release that. Let's do the other side. Cross your left arm. Take a hold of your forearm to give it a little extra tug in, stretching through your upper back. Nice full breaths into the back of your body. You know the back can get so tight from your day. So just nice full breath here. And then we'll release that. Then we'll go ahead and if you're seated onto a block, move it out of the way. We'll do a little bit of self massage for the hips. So you'll take your both legs out. Actually, I'll face you for now so you can see, and then I'll just swivel. So we'll draw your right leg in. Hold your foot with your left hand and give the foot a tug in. So try not to turn from your ankle. So if you're looking at the sole of your foot, flex your foot a little more. So if your heel had a light, it'd be shining to the left of the room, maybe a little bit further ahead. Just do a little rock side to side. And if as you loosen up, you might be able to pull the leg closer in, but try not to let that round your spine. And if you can get the leg close enough, you can hook your left elbow around the foot and give it nice deep tug in. And then we'll take the right hand to the floor. I'm going to again swivel to the side. Start to roll around in some circles onto your glutes. Nice and slow, using the floor to massage out your hips. This is one of my favorite ways to release tension in the hips. And believe it or not, these muscles of the hips actually are sometimes related to low back pain when they get really tight. So doing this, pressing into the floor motion, can really help to loosen up and create some relief in your low back. If you find a spot that's really tight, see if you can pause on it and just take a deep breath. And if you're ever feeling brave, you could put a tennis ball or a foam roller underneath the hip. But I know for me tonight, the floor is plenty of sensation. I don't need any more than that tonight. Let's do one more moment here. Great. So let's release that leg. Just take a moment, lean back into your hands, give a little roll your ankles, tip your head to the side. Just feel that stretch from one side to the other. It feels nice at the end of the day just to slow down. No rush to even get to the other side. Just to pause, feel the stretch, feel the resonance of what we just did, and now we'll do the other side. So draw your left leg in. We'll hold the heel with your right hand. And remember not to rotate your ankle here. We want to keep your foot flexed. You give it a little rock side to side. Start to loosen it up a little bit. You could pull the leg in tighter as long as it's not causing you to collapse your chest. You want to stay nice and upright. If you are able to get it in tight enough, you can hook your right elbow around the foot, but no problem. Again, we're going for the massage tonight, so it doesn't matter how close the foot is to you. I'll take the left hand to the floor, roll onto your left hip, and start those big hip circles. Really common to find that one side, maybe you didn't feel anything at all, and the other side is really a lot of sensation. So, if this is the side that's really tight, be gentle. If this is the side that you don't feel as much, don't feel like you have to dig in. Just want to keep it even and balanced from one side to the other as much as you can. Nice and slow. If you find any spots that are really tight, you could pause on it, just take a breath, let the floor press into it. Again, this is a great option to take if you have low back pain, to really get into those deep muscles of the hips to release tightness around that area, to give some relief into the lumbar spine. Let's take one more moment here. And then let's come all the way back up. Straighten out both your legs again. Lean into your hands. Just let that blood flow back down into your leg. Roll the ankles out. Roll out the neck. Nice big breath. It's exciting. Our first live stream, whether you're watching it live or watching it recorded later, I'm really happy that you're here. So we're going to come to lay down for the next couple postures. Keep your props where you can reach them. We'll use the strap. Let's actually start with a heart opener. So we'll take one block on its lowest setting and the second block for underneath your head at the back of the mat. If you don't have blocks, what you can do is you can take a blanket and you will roll it up. So I'll show you a version of that. You take a blanket, make it into a long rectangle so it's long enough for your spine to rest on. So if you're tall, you'll need a very long blanket. Well, not very long, but you know what I mean. You'll take the blanket roll if you don't have blocks, and you'll bring it at the base of your low back and lay back on the blanket roll. If you have the blocks and you want to try that version, you'll take a block underneath your shoulders and the second block underneath your head and lay back onto that. So you want that lowest block underneath your shoulder blades, the second block underneath your head. If you want a little more sensation, turn the block under your head down a setting. Well, this feels pretty good for me today. I'm going to keep my feet on the floor, but if you'd like to straighten your legs, you can try that too. We're going to draw some imaginary snow angels with the arms. So start to sweep the arms on the floor around and up till they're over your head. Now, depending on how tight your shoulders are, your arms might not be on the floor anymore, and that's okay. But we're going to slow circle back to where we started until your arms are by your sides. And just start now, link that with the breath. So as you breathe in, slide the arms in a big circle up and over your head. And as you breathe out, draw that reverse circle back down till your arms are by your sides. And just do that a couple more times. Opening up with an inhale, bring them back down with your exhale. Should feel really good in opening the shoulders and the chest. We're in late August in Texas here, so the idea of drawing a snow angel and cold snow feels like so nice. We are really looking forward to the cooler weather. Most of my friends are daydreaming. We're actually planning on moving away usually this time of year, but then we get these beautiful falls and winters where the temperature is just perfect. I personally really like the heat, so I don't mind it too much. Let's do one more time. Big circle up, long circle back down. Great. Now we'll come off of the blocks. So just roll to one side, reach behind you, remove the blocks or the blanket if you were using them, and we'll find the strap. Come all the way to your back with no props. If it feels like your head is really tipping, you can always take a blanket or a pillow underneath your head just so it's not quite so falling back. And let's take the strap and we'll take it around the bottom of your right foot. If you don't have a strap, you can use a dog leash, you can use a belt, you can even just hold the back of your leg with your hands. But straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling and just take a couple breaths into that right hamstring. Now, here, that left foot can stay on the floor, but if you do want to add more, straighten your left leg down. I'm going to be here for a little bit longer. And I know I just noticed that I have some tension in this arm. So, what I'm going to do is slide the hands down. Notice the stretch in the leg doesn't change, but the tension in my shoulders is removed. So, you can just kind of relax the upper back into the mat this way a little bit better. I'm really letting the work be happening and a little bit the grip, but mostly letting this be pretty passive in the leg and in your arms. Now let's go ahead and move into the inner thigh. So take your right hand to hold both straps. Carry the leg out to the right. You could relax the left arm or bring the hand to the floor. Sometimes tension can build in the neck in this posture, so you can give the head a little rock side to side. Try to remember to let the tension relax. If you're feeling any problems with your grip, you can slide your hand down and wrap the strap around your hand, so it gives you a little more tension on the strap and less needing to grip with your fingers. Let's take one more breath. And then carry that leg back up. Let's switch. We'll hold the left hand on the strap, bring the leg just a little across to start. Again, it doesn't matter how high up your hand is. You want the hand down enough that maybe even your left upper arm could be on the floor. We also don't want the spine to twist here. So the leg is moving across, but my back is still flat on the floor. So for now, just focus on that low back staying on the floor and not lifting your right hip up. And we should really feel this down the IT band, down the outer side of the knee. And I spent many years with knee pain due to IT band tightness, kind of messing with the tracking of my kneecap. So, this is a great stretch to do if you run a lot or you ride your bike a lot. Just one more moment here. And then let's bring that leg back up. Before we move out of this, place your left foot down to the floor. We'll remove the strap off your foot, place it to the side for just a moment, and take a moment to just lay flat. Close your eyes and see if you can feel the difference between the right and the left side. You don't have to describe it in your mind in words. Just feel your right leg and compare that to how you feel your left leg. And we're not rushing tonight, we're just pausing, finding gratitude for our bodies and our ability to connect with them through movement. And let's go ahead and get into that second side. If you felt a difference from your right to your left, let me know. Either if you're watching this live or in the comments down below. One of my favorite things to do is pause after a stretch and just feel the difference. Left leg up in the strap now. Again, doesn't matter how high your hands are close to your foot, doesn't make it better or worse. In fact, for today, you can slide the hands down enough that the arms are on the ground. Just letting this be nice and easy. Well, I shouldn't say easy. If your hamstrings are tight, this is a big stretch, but we don't want to add any unnecessary work here. If you feel any grip issues, thread the strap around, make a loop around your palms. If you want more, you can let the right leg straighten down. And if you are feeling like this is a big stretch, notice, did your jaw clench? Are your shoulders tensing? See if you can find some other places that don't need to be working and let that all go. And then let's go ahead, bring both ends of the strap into your left hand and carry the leg up and out to the left side. You can just relax your right arm. And if you play an instrument, there's something you learn with practice is that, for example, the piano, if all your fingers are tense, the music will sound tense. You have to learn to engage just the muscles of the fingers that are pressing individually at that time and let the other parts of your body relax. And I think yoga is kind of like that. You learn when to engage the muscles necessary and when to relax the unnecessary muscles. Bring that leg back to the center. Switch your hands, right hand, carry the leg off to the right a little bit. And we're not twisting, back is still flat on the floor. We're just carrying that leg across to get into the IT band. And then over time, with practice, you might notice throughout the day when you're engaging muscles that are not necessary. For example, you get an email that's stressful and your shoulders tense. You just remind yourself to release that tension that's not necessary in those moments. So we're not always kind of bracing for impact in our life, but we can start to find some ease. Take one more breath. And then let's bring that leg back to the center, bend the knee, remove the strap out of the way. And we'll go ahead, extend both your legs, take a moment, lay flat, close your eyes, feel the difference from right to left. And let's open the eyes. I'm going to share one of my most favorite stretches with you now. So place your feet to the floor. If you feel like you really love a deep hip stretch, I want you to take a block and put it under your hips on the lowest setting. If you know that your hips are really tight, skip the block option. It's not going to be helpful to you. It will just make this way too intense. So I'm going to show you the option with the block, and then I'm probably going to remove it because my hips are pretty tight today. So we'll bring your legs together, feet on the floor, and then let your right leg fold out. So kind of folding out through the right leg, almost like a half butterfly shape. And then bring your left foot behind your right foot. So you'll thread it behind. Now, this already, you might feel a big, deep hip stretch in your right front of your hip. If you want more, reach your left hand down. See if you can find that foot and pull it closer. Whew, that's a lot. If you still feel like you want a little more, pick your left foot off the floor, hold the knee with your right hand. So that's the options. Again, I'm going to remove the block. My hips are pretty tight. So even with the hips on the floor, this is a really deep stretch. So find your version here. Again, foot can stay on the floor. You don't have to hold the foot with your left hand either, but you find the version that feels like a good stretch to you tonight. If you start to feel that leakage of tension into other parts of your body, sometimes that's a sign that you've took things too far. So if you can't relax your shoulders, you can't take a full breath, then you might have taken it too far and you go a little bit back. Let's do one more breath here. And then step the left foot back down, step the right foot down. Lay your arms out, take a couple of washes of the knees side to side. You might just notice difference from right to left. And let's take this to the second side. Let your left leg fold out. Thread the foot behind your right heel. Now you can either reach your right hand down, find your foot, pull it in tighter. Either keep your right foot on the floor or draw the foot off the floor and hold on to the knee. And I'm about 5 months postpartum now and just got back into running in the last month and swimming and all the things. So I am tight, but it feels good to be moving again. Have you ever had a time where you had to take off from movement and get back into it slowly? I will say it's really humbling. So share your stories with me down below. I'd love to hear. I'm not alone, or hear what it was that brought you back into your body after maybe some surgery, injury, life events. One more breath. And step your 2 feet back to the floor. If you have the block there, remove it out of the way. Lay your arms out. Take a couple windshield wipers side to side of your knees. And then we'll come to the center. Lay your left leg out. Draw your right leg in. Hold it with your hands. And then we'll use your left hand. Now we will twist. So use your left hand to pull the leg across. The right side of your low back will lift. Extend your right arm to the right. If this feels too intense for you tonight, join your legs together. You could even take that block if you still have it nearby and put it between your legs for a little bit more support in this twist. I won't be here too long, about 3 breaths. Great job. Let's slowly ease our way out to the center. Center your body, and we'll go on the other side. Lay your right leg down. Draw the left knee in with your hands and then carry it across to the right side as you lay the left arm out to the left. And just a couple deep breaths as we near the end of the practice, taking a moment to thank yourself that you didn't just sit on the couch and doom scroll tonight or pass out to a series about true crime and serial killers, but you set aside this time to connect to your body, find a little mindfulness in your breath. One more breath. And then we'll carry that leg back across. Step your feet carefully down to center your body. And then one last time, draw your knees to your chest. Pull the knees wide apart. Either take a hold of your feet, your ankles, or the back of your knees for happy baby pose. Take a little rock side to side. And then step your feet down to the floor. If you have the time, you might lay on your back for a few minutes. If you are ready to get to bed or wherever it is that you're heading next, you're welcome to just end the video here and go off into the rest of your day. If you'd like to stay with me for at least a couple more breaths, let's go ahead, relax, close the eyes. Take one hand to your belly, take the other hand a little above it onto your chest. Let's take 3 breaths here. Just breathe in, feel your body lift into your hands. And open the mouth, create an audible sound as you exhale. And we'll do that again. Breathe in. And an audible exhale. One more time together. Breathe in. Exhale it all out, letting it go. If you're ready to get up, start to open your eyes, place your feet to the floor, and roll over onto your side and gently press yourself up into a seat to end our practice. Thank you so much for choosing yourself tonight, and most of all, for choosing to spend this time with me. Please let me know how you liked this video. If you're able to join me for some more live streams, I'd love to see you here. Otherwise, to subscribe and check out my other previous videos and content as we continue to grow the channel. All of your support means so much to me as we continue to put stuff out and share this practice. So I hope that this felt great for you. I know I feel ready for bed now, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.